moved from, which is creating sustainable solutions to combating waterborne diseases at household levels. So that is the theme of our workshop today. And we are going to have 3 speakers for this workshop. Each speaker will talk about, the first speaker will talk about sustainable solutions to combating waterborne diseases at a household level. Then the second speaker will talk about how the communities can contribute to that. And the third speaker will talk about the roles of the government and non-governmental organizations in doing that. So without the time, I'll call upon our wonderful first speaker, who is Mr. Aliu. Mr. Aliu, it's your time. You can introduce yourself and give us your presentation. Can you mute your mic? Madam Comfort, kindly mute your mic. Mr. Aliu, we are waiting for you, sir. Okay, it seems Mr. Aliu is currently not present. Can we have Madam Comfort, who will talk about how communities can contribute to combating waterborne diseases at household levels? Can we have Madam Comfort for us as we wait for Mr. Aliu to be present? Madam Comfort.
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's your time. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, my name is Comfort Chua. I'm happy to be here.
There's a lot of background noise where you are. We are getting a lot of background noise.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, can you kindly work on that, the background noise?
All right, I'll work on it.
Okay, I can see Mr. Aliu is here. We have you to start your presentation, sir?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I'm just joining. I don't know where you stop, or are you just starting? I don't know what actually happened. The link you sent earlier has not been working, only for you to send new one when it is already late. So are we just starting?
Okay,
Or
so
Yes, we are just
yes, so
starting.
we are just starting. You are starting your presentation, we are just starting.
okay. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Kindly turn on your video or share your slides.
I will do that. Let me quickly introduce myself before I move to that. My name, as you earlier know, is Ali Muhammad. I'm a graduate of civil engineering from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and I'm currently practicing as a civil engineer with Dangote Projects Limited. Actually, I'm much honored to be one of the speakers to discuss on this topic, and I must say thank you all for giving me this opportunity. I will quickly move to the slide and discuss on our today's topic without wasting much of your time. I will share my screen now so that you can be seeing the slide as I explain. Just a minute. Yes, can you all see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
We can see it.
Okay. So as you all know, our topic is sustainable solutions to combating waterborne diseases at the household level. So before we proceed, I will be giving a short introduction on the background of the topic. The major key words we have in the topic is water and diseases. So we are all aware water is something very important and precious as far as life is concerned on Earth. Without water, I don't think there will be any living thing, be it human beings, animals, or even plants. That is why, if you look at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, all revolve around sustainable and precious items of human life, ranging from water, sustainable land, sustainable cities, education, health, and many more. So if you look at it, United Nations think that all those things that are precious need special attention, and that is the major reason why they adopted some sustainable development goals to sustain the universe, among which is our own SDG, which is about availability of sustainable water and sanitation. So when we say waterborne diseases, it simply refers to as all those viral, bacterial, and parasitic diseases that use water as a
sorry,
means of
Mr.
transmission. So,
So we can't see your slides.
You said?
We can't see your slides.
You cannot see my slides?
Yes, we can just see the screen of your laptop.
Should do what?
We can only see the screen of your laptop where you've opened the folder which has the slides you're supposed to share with us.
I thought you said you are seeing the slides. What of now? Are you seeing it now?
No. No, we are not. So put the slides in.
Are you seeing now? Are you seeing my screen now? Are you seeing the screen? Hello?
Yes, we can see your slide now.
Yeah,
You can
yes,
see
the
it now.
screen is coming up. Maximize the presentation.
Can you see it now?
Yes, you can go ahead. You can see your slide.
Okay. As I was saying, waterborne diseases are those diseases that use water as their mean of transmission from one medium to another. So our own target today is to see how we can stop or eradicate these diseases, because some of the diseases are dangerous to human lives if not treated. So waterborne diseases, if not taken care of, can even lead to death of lives. And the problem is especially acute when general hygiene and environmental sanitation is not taken care of. We have, as I said earlier, the key terms in our topic are waterborne diseases, sustainable solutions, and household. So when we said sustainability simply refers to as the ability of anything to maintain a continuous process over time, be it whatever. That is, to have a long-term continuous process. So our own topic is revolving around how we can provide a continuous, long-lasting solutions to waterborne diseases that is troubling the planet. And how do we plan to battle these problems? We want to see how we can stop and combat the problem at the micro level, that is the household level. And when we say household, it simply refers to a group of people living together in a house, be it extended or nuclear family. So what do we call potable water and contaminated water? So potable water is just a water that is free of all impurities. And the impurities are what actually bring about the pathogens, that is the disease-causing agent in the water. So a potable water is any water that is clean, free of any impurity, unwanted materials like pathogens, odor, colors, and microorganisms. So while a contaminated water is any water that is polluted with those microorganisms due to actions and inactions of human beings, that is due to waste material, chemicals, domestic or industrial waste. So, and contaminated water is actually not fit for human or domestic uses. It's not fit for human consumption or domestic uses. So what are the common waterborne diseases we have? We have those that are viral and those that are bacterial. Example of those diseases are typhoid fever, cholera, hepatitis A, dysentery, etc. So how do we provide a sustainable solution to these problems? Hello, what is about? I can hear some background noise. Can you please unmute yourself? Are you with me? Hello.
Yes, Baba, be quiet.
Yes, we are together.
Okay, the following are some of the methods that can be used to combat waterborne diseases by individuals. And the number one of those sustainable solution is maintaining personal discipline. By doing what is right without being told to do so, it is an effective and most sustainable way to combat those diseases. For example, staying away from littering and littering the environment anyhow is a good example of self-discipline. For example, somebody eating fruits and just discarding the leftover anyhow will litter the environment and thereby giving room for bacterial germination. The next is maintaining proper environmental sanitation and personal hygiene. What do we mean by this? It is simply an approach that entails and considers on personal and environmental cleanliness. It is about ensuring cleanliness of where we live, where we work, and even where we play. Maintaining proper environmental sanitation include the control of environmental factors that are connected to disease transmission. For example, keeping the surrounding clean, keeping our food clean, and our water all safe and clean will actually help us to combat the waterborne diseases in a much sustainable way. Number three, we have to maintain regular cleaning and disinfecting of our water storage facilities. This is actually about proper safekeeping of all water storage and conveying facilities. It includes frequent washing and disinfecting of water tanks. For example, our drums, we used to be keeping water at our various homes. Because if not properly clean, it will sometimes be giving room for fungi and other bacterial germination in the containers. The next one is boiling or treating raw water before we use it. How do we do this? This is simply subjecting the water to a high boiling temperature where all those diseases may get eliminated by the high temperature. The next one is washing our hands with soap. Washing our hands with soap after using toilet. How do we do this? We are supposed to be encouraging how we can see that all our activities we do after we visited toilet, like we should not be touching food materials and other things after visiting a toilet. So the next one is washing hands after eating food. After we eat or before we eat food, we should make sure we clean ourselves before eating food. And after eating the food, we should also clean ourselves by using sanitary soaps. Will also go a long way in reducing the breeding of transmission of waterborne pathogens. So the next one is the next one is I think number 4, I only explained on how we can treat the water by boiling. We also have some other methods whereby we can treat raw water before we use it at our various houses. And this includes using chemical treatment like use of chlorine, whereby we add chlorine to freshly fetch raw water to combat the existing bacteria. And this may include using that normal bleach we know and maybe chlorine dioxide for water treatment.
Okay.
We can also use
so my colleague, thank you, Lolo.
we can also use
Hello. Yeah, this
We're together.
Hello, kindly mute your mics to allow the speaker to finish.
We also have under that local method of treating raw water, we have solar disinfection, and this is just a method whereby we use natural sun that the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun to kill bacteria, and this is usually done if it is sunny. They said 6 to 7 or 8 hours is okay to kill the germs, or if it is cloudy, minimum of 2 days. We also have another method of treating water locally at our own various houses by slow sun filtration method, and this is a method whereby you have to arrange the several layers of sand stones in maybe a vertical container so that the water will be siphoned through the different medium before it finally seep out, and by then it must have get away with all those unwanted materials in the water. So the last one is
is that everybody must speak on the topic within
number
the
7.
Within the goal.
Number 7 is proper managing of waste material, solid waste. How do we manage solid waste?
I don't know what they are saying though. What are they even talking about?
How do we manage solid waste?
I brought about wash. I think let's do wash. They don't, yeah.
Proper managing of solid waste. How do we do this? This involves.
I said it on the platform now. They didn't even.
Please, who is talking behind? Allow me to finish. So we just have small time now. So proper managing of solid waste. This involves proper use of incineration dustbins, sanitary landfills, and to some extent sea dumping, where we properly go and dump solid waste material to avoid littering the environment, giving room for pathogens germination. The last one is proper managing and protection of domestic water sources. Tighten our boreholes, our wells away from soak away and polluted areas. It also involving community involuntary clean up of streams, rivers, and even beaches, because some people use river and wetlands as the source of their raw water. So by maybe community volunteerism in cleaning on all those water fetching facilities. We can also provide a sustainable solution in managing and protecting our water sources by providing cover to open wells where we go and fetch our water. We can properly use cover to cover the openings. We can also use community orientation for maintaining self-discipline in protecting all our rivers, boreholes, and water sources. Because I believe by maintaining self-discipline, we can have a sustainable solution of all what I have mentioned so far, because it's all about doing what is right and stopping what is wrong. So this comes the end of my slide, and thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you very much, Aliu, for that wonderful presentation. We really appreciate that. Was insightful. And the next speaker that will be speaking is Miss Comfort. Miss Comfort, are you ready? Please, if you are there, just unmute and say something.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, please. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm trying to get my slide ready.
Miss Comfort, please, you have 20 minutes, so you should be on time and try to wrap things as soon as possible.
Okay, I'm getting my slide.
Okay, before Miss Comfort comes forth, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Evan Sogiraki, and I am the third speaker for the day. So I would actually be talking about the role of government and NGO in helping us attain sustainable solutions to the menace waterborne diseases. So Comfort, are you ready?
Sorry, I'm trying to get my slide. Yeah. Oh, Evans, you can do your presentation while I get my slide.
All right, thank you. So,
Yes.
good evening, everybody. Like I said, my name is Evan Sogirahi. I'm from Nigeria and I studied microbiology, volunteering as a medical lab assistant. So I'll be talking about, I first of all want to say a big thank you to Ali for that beautiful presentation he gave, giving us the background knowledge on waterborne disease and stuff. So without further ado, I will just go straight to my presentation. I want to believe see my I just write something in the comment section that you can, so I will proceed. And please, I saw that someone said that there's a lot of noise at the background. Okay, so please, every other person do well to mute for the time being. So please, if you can see my slide, just let me know so I will proceed. Can we also, okay, all right. So
You can go ahead, Mr. Evans.
All right. So we're talking about sustainable solutions to combating waterborne disease at the household level. And we are looking at what government can do. Before we proceed, I will just okay.
Ibrahim, can you kindly mute your
global health. As we all know, this is a major concern to global health. The fact that water is not safe for people, it means there will be issue for the general public. Right. And according to WHO, 1.1 billion lack access to improved drinking water. We don't have access to improved water supply. And also, 4 billion cases of diarrhea occur annually. And of these 4 billion cases, majority is attributed to an inadequate sanitation. 4.8 million people die every year from diarrhea disease.
What I think very good thing is not something we should not be proud of. As a nation, we should not be ever proud. We should never borrow for a correct expenditure. Me, I'm in support of borrowing, but you should borrow for capital projects.
Just help me
on borrow to build a hotel in, Abuja or something.
Ibrahim and Yusuf, you can unmute. Thank you. You can mute rather. Thank you. So,
but the money of his traveling combined is how much?
It is established that waterborne disease, the set of persons or the categories of persons that are susceptible or that are vulnerable to waterborne disease the most are the elderly and children. And we can also add the underserved people. I mean, people that lack basic amenities, like people living in the rural environment.
This is, you'll be seeing it clearly on
Actually, the most susceptible
this is how you
waterborne
yes.
diseases. If you are
Like you that can
immunocompromised,
business.
that means
Like if you
if
want to
your
run that
immune
is
system is not that strong, the waterborne disease are illness, disease, sorry, that will come down with when we ingest water
20th September.
that is contained with microorganisms such as
Excuse me, Mr.
bacteria,
Evans.
protozoa, and viruses. And what can actually contaminate this water is fecal matter. This is like we have diarrhea and we have fever. Now, the impact of waterborne disease has been very massive. I mean, please, those hello, can you guys hear me? I didn't know I was muted. So please, let's reduce the noise at the background so they can hear me. Thank you. So like I was saying, the impact ranges from severe dehydration, diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramp, and they could even be severe cases, very fatal cases. Like I was saying, if not everyone, most of us would have had our shares of diarrhea, waterborne disease. The commonest of them all is diarrhea. I came down with diarrhea not so long ago, and the experience wasn't so friendly. I felt I was going to give up, but thank God, because I was stooling and vomiting in the space of 6 hours, and it was not really good. So why do we need government and NGOs if we are talking about waterborne disease at the household level? Aren't we just supposed to just talk about what we can do individually to help ourselves? Because this starts and ends at home. I mean, the household level. So why do we have to talk about what government can do? Please, can anybody tell me via the comment section why we need governments to be involved, why we need the NGOs to be involved in obtaining sustainable solution against waterborne disease? Please, anybody? Anybody? Okay, without further ado.
Can I say something?
Oh, please go ahead.
Because some of the approaches cannot be financially shouldered by individuals. The financial burden is beyond the capacity of individuals. So I think we need government in many other approaches. So we actually need government.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Lee, for that. That's actually one of them. So without much ado, I see the government provides legal framework for protection of water. Thank you. The government have the willpower to enforce rules Thank you. And these are the things that we cannot do for ourselves. Yeah, thank you for that. So I'll just go ahead. We actually need government and NGOs so that we can attain sustainable solutions, not just solutions that we could have for the meantime, so that we can have solutions that will last longer. Like Aliu said sustainability is the ability to maintain a process continuously over time. So if we are going to have great impact, if we are going to attain these solutions and we are going to keep them, then we have to involve the government. And why is involving the government very important? Because the governments have the resources for large-scale solution. That was all what they were saying. They have the resources, they have the influence, and they have the power for large scale. Then why do we need NGOs? NGOs often have great ties with communities and can often involve them. So if we have the government that has the resources and we have NGOs that can relate at the grassroots level with communities and engage them, then collaboration will help us actually attain sustainable solutions. All right. So now, having looked at that, we are going to look at them step by step, what the government and NGOs can actually do for us so that we can obtain sustainable solution. First thing first, access to safe water. There's so much an individual can do for themselves, right? In a situation where you don't have access to water, there's little or nothing you can do as an individual. For example, I actually schooled in an environment in a town where there's no water. I schooled at Ekboma of Edo State. I attended Abrusali University. In that town, it is difficult to actually get water. We were made to believe that even if you sink a ball, after some time, the ball is going to stop running. And that was happening. So it was difficult for us to have water. But in the campus, those that were living in the campus had access to water because the school authority had constructed a system that could transfer water or that could transport water from the nearby river, water body to the school so that the school can actually have access to water. Now, this is where the government comes in. If it is too difficult for individuals to carry out themselves, then the government have the resources to pull this through, to make water available for, and create a treatment system for individuals to get safe water. Then the next thing we'll be looking at here is education and awareness. I mean, this cannot be overemphasized. We can say all we want to say and we can do all we want to do. If the people does not know about waterborne disease, there is no way they are going to have preventive measures against it. If you don't know about something, you can't prevent it or you can't protect yourself against it. So that's why it is good for government and NGO to actually make these diseases known. I mean, okay, we can actually establish the fact that from the cases of deaths that have been recorded, it has been difficult to actually ascertain what caused diarrhea to certain persons that led to their death. But it is a known fact that the method of transmission of this disease is known, and it is always the same. So this can be communicated to the public, telling them the modus operandi of these organisms, even if you don't know what caused it, but you know how they operate. So we can tell people to wash their hands, just like what Aliu said. This is what we are talking about. Creating awareness for people, educating people so that they can be informed. Because there is a saying that says, when you are informed, you can't be deformed. All right. So we'll look at the next one, which is infrastructural development. Now, this is very, very vital because when we are talking about infrastructural development, we're talking about building sanitation facilities. You know, some of us, if I should ask, okay, please let me just quickly ask this. What do we understand by the word sanitation? Because some persons actually mistake sanitation for hygiene. So I think I need to okay, let's please just few minutes. Let's just, what do you understand? Anybody, one or two persons can just tell us what they understand from the word sanitation. Is anyone speaking? Okay, time is fast spent, so I'll just go ahead. Now, sanitation actually means having access to good and clean toilet facility. That is what sanitation simply means. When the general public can have access to good and clean toilet facility, then sanitation has been achieved. On the other hand, personal hygiene are those things you can do for yourself to actually keep yourself clean and to maintain a very good and tidy, serene environment for yourself. All right. So if we are going to battle or combat with waterborne disease, then there is need for toilet facilities. I mean, we already established the fact that fecal matter, which is excreta, feces, is what contaminates water that leads to waterborne disease. And we also know that people defecate openly, indiscriminately. Like, there's an adage from my place that says that a person that is pressed does not even know how to judge cases, because the person wouldn't be in the right place of mind to say anything. If the person cannot even judge simple matter, then the person cannot take good decision until the person eases his or herself. So a person that is pressed, all that is going through his or her mind is to look for somewhere and just feel comfortable and ease themselves. And if we don't have good toilet facilities, it means these persons are just going to do this wherever they find. So it is good that we have toilet facilities. Then there's need for partnership and collaboration. I said that earlier when I was talking about why we need the government and the NGOs. Now, partnership, collaboration cannot be overemphasized because the government themselves cannot do it alone. When it comes to implementation, the governments, they need the collaboration of the NGOs, because NGOs have great and strong ties with communities. They have direct relationship. They can relate directly with community level. So hence, we need collaboration. We talk about policies and regulation. Now, it is easier to give policies, to give regulations when certain things have been put in place. When you actually giving people access to safe water, you've given them infrastructural development, like the toilet facilities we were talking about. It is now expected of them to do the right thing. So for the government to actually make sure they have to put some policies and regulations into place. Now, we can actually talk about restricting or enforcing laws that goes against open defecation and placing penalties on those that would actually break the laws. So we'll move ahead and we'll talk about monitoring and evaluation. Now, after creating laws, after policies, then you still need to monitor and evaluate these. You still need to evaluate these things that have been put in check. They still need for data to check the progress of what is going on, to visit the board to see if we are making progress, if people are adhering to what is being put in place. So if we are making progress, then more effort is being put to make it go further. But if there are no progress being made, then we'll go back to our drawing boards and see where things are not going properly so that they can be restructured and all that. All right, then we can't take away the place of preparation for disaster. There are cases where outbreaks, epidemics occur. So the government should be prepared to tackle any form of outbreak so as we can curb and put these diseases in check. Now, engagement with local communities. It is one thing to want to help a community, and it's another thing for the community to allow you help them. So before you bring your implementation strategies, your policies, it is good for the government or as an NGO to actually involve the community, the local community, know about their cultures, know about their tradition. It will be very amazing. It is very amazing that there are still some cultures and traditions that will put restrictions on what people can do to help them. So in order to help these people, we need to be involved. All right, that's will mark the end of my presentation. But I would say this: for us to achieve sustainable solution against waterborne disease, the government and the NGOs actually need to be fully involved. That's all. It is not left for individuals or the communities alone to do. So that's for that. And if there are any questions or stuff like that, you could just please ask your questions. And Patience, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. That was a really wonderful presentation. It was so informative and well organized. So we can take in a question. Those that have questions, please just unmute your mic if you have a question, because I can't see where the link is. Okay. Okay, it seems nobody has a question. So we can move forward, Mr. Evans. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Mr. Aliu, I was logged out the time you are presenting. I'm really sorry, but the bits and pieces that I hit from the presentation was very nice. So, Madam Comfort, are you ready? It's your time now. to discuss with us how communities can help in combating waterborne diseases. If you're ready, you can start. It's your time.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Miss Comfort Chuang from Nigeria, Plateau State. I'm speaking on what the community can do to combat waterborne diseases. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm finding it difficult to share my slide. Trying to fix that.
So on that one, Mr. Evans, can you help us by sharing her slides on our behalf?
Sorry, you said what?
Is it possible you can
Hello?
share her slides on our behalf?
Okay. Just
Yes.
give me a moment. I want to do that.
Okay, Madam Comfort, Mr. Evans will share the slides on your behalf. So you can just be telling him.
Okay, that will be fine.
Okay, so you can be talking as he's trying to share the slides.
Okay, as Aliu and Evans have spoke about what individual, what NGOs can do to combat waterborne diseases. As a community, there are so many things a community can do to combat waterborne diseases. Evans, are you there? Hello, Evans. Hello, can you people hear me?
Yes, you can. I think he's trying to look for his slides.
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
can hear you. I'm trying to.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. One, we have education and awareness. Communities should be educated about the causes, symptoms, and prevention of waterborne diseases. They need to understand the importance of hygiene, such as proper hand washing, using clean water sources, safety storing, and treatment. Two, communities should be able to provide with access to clean water. Communities should get access to safe and to clean and safe water sources, because sometimes there are communities you go to, you see the source of water they take, it's not hygienic at all. Efforts can be made to improve existing water sources, install community water filters, or promote water treatment techniques like boiling, chlorination, or filtration. Then three, we have sanitation infrastructure. Adequate sanitation facilities are essential to prevent the contamination of water sources. Communities should be encouraged to construct and maintain proper toilet, septic system, and sewage treatment plants. There are communities that you go to today that you see that some of the houses are not having toilet. Like in my community, there was a time an announcement came that any house that does not have toilet, okay, they should submit their names, because every house is supposed to have a toilet, and that was trashed out. So, and then sewage treatment plants, the regular water testing, Regular testing of water sources should be conducted to monitor its quality. This can help identify potential contamination sources and take the necessary steps to rectify the issue. Then the community can also encourage hygiene practice, that is promoting good hygiene practices within the community, such as proper hand washing, proper food handling, personal cleanliness, and others can significantly reduce the risks of waterborne diseases.
Sorry,
Then
Comfort, can you
community
see the slides now?
Sorry.
I am sharing. Can you?
Okay. I can see your slide. Can we all see the slide? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. We can continue.
I can't see the slide from my end.
So you can just go on the Zoom app. You'll be able to see the slide from there. That's where Evan. So leave the app where you're reading your slide. So leave the app where you're reading your slides from. Then go on the Zoom app and see the slides that Evans is sharing. Then you can tell him on which slides you should go. Are you on the Zoom app?
I'm there, but I can't see the slide. Okay, I can see it now.
Okay.
Let's go to the next slide. Evans?
Sorry?
The next slide.
Okay, okay.
All right. Okay, as I was saying, access to clean water. Communities should have access to clean and safety water sources. Efforts can be made to improve existing water sources, install community water filters, or promote water treatment techniques like boiling, chlorination, or filtration. So every community is supposed to have access to clean and safe water sources. That's by improving the existing water sources. We also install community filters. In that way, it can promote water treatment like boiling, chlorination, and filtration. The next slide. Okay. The third one is sanitation infrastructure. Adequate sanitation facilities are essential to provide contamination of water sources. Communities should be encouraged to construct and maintain water, toilet, septic system, and sewage treatment plant. There are communities you go whereby you see houses without toilet. So they are encouraged to maintain proper toilets. If there are no toilet, the communities are encouraged to build toilets. If the toilets are not okay, they are to construct and maintain proper toilet, septic system, and also sewage plants. The next slide. Okay, number 4, we have regular water testing. Regular testing of water sources should be conducted to monitor its quality. Then this can help identify potential contamination sources and take necessary steps to rectify the issue before the water gets polluted. But that's by testing it regularly. by testing the water sources regularly to monitor its quality before consumption. It can help identify potential contamination so that it will be handled or it can be rectified before consumption. The next slide. Number 5, we have encouraging hygienic practices. The community can encourage people of hygienic practices, promoting good hygienic practices within the community, such as we have proper hand washing, hygienic food handling, and personal cleanliness can significantly reduce the risk of waterborne disease. The next slide. Okay, the next slide is community participation. Engaging the community in decision-making process related to water management and health promotion can strengthen their involvement and ensure the sustainability of effort. Only an individual cannot do that. We need each other. We need each other. Everybody, the community should encourage participation. Let everybody come out and do it. That's in decision-making process relating to water management and health promotion to strengthen this involvement and ensure the sustainability of effort. It's not something that we will do today and then tomorrow another thing. Next slide. Okay. The next point is collaboration with health authorities. Collaboration with local health authorities and organizations can help bring expertise, resources, and support to combat waterborne diseases. They can provide trainings, medical aid, and guidance to the community on disease prevention and treatment. I think this will help a lot as the community collaborating with health authorities, and organizations. They can help bring expertise, those that are expertise on this, on that, resources and support to combat waterborne diseases. They can provide trainings, medical aid, and guidance to the community on disease prevention and treatment. Next slide. Next slide, please. The next point is advocacy and policy change. Communities should advocate for policies and regulations, but prioritize clean water and sanitation infrastructure. This can include lobbying for increased government investment in water infrastructure or pushing for stricter regulations to prevent water pollution. So the community can advocate for policies and regulation, but prioritize clean water and sanitation infrastructure. This can include lobbying for increased government investment in water infrastructure or pushing for stricter regulations to prevent water pollution. Then overall, by working together as a community and implementing these measures, waterborne diseases can be effectively combated, leading to improved health and well-being for all. Next slide. Next slide.
So I think that's the end of the slides. Yeah, not assets.
All right, thank you for listening. Any questions?
Okay, so anyone who has a question for Madam Comfort? Anyone with a question? So you can just unmute your mic if you have a question and ask. Okay, I think the silence means there is no question. So Madam Comfort, that was a nice presentation. Thank you very much. We appreciate your effort and just being present. Really appreciate. So it's now time for us to wrap up our workshop. So the take home point is that among the ways that we can use to combat waterborne diseases at household levels is taking, one of them that Mr. Aliu talked about is taking it upon ourselves as individual persons. So making sure we boil the water we drink, making sure we are using the safe water sources. Those were some of the things that he talked about. Then Mr. Evans talked about the role that the government play when it comes to combating waterborne diseases. He talked about partnerships, making infrastructures, because governments and NGOs coming in with financial aid because individual persons can't afford to supply everything that is needed to combat waterborne diseases. Then lastly, Madam Comfort has highlighted what we need to do as a community. We need to all participate and take care of our communities. We also need awareness. People have to know the importance of them having sanitation around them and just taking safe water, drinking safe clean water. Madam Comfort has highlighted that. It's really been a wonderful workshop. We started with network challenges, but overall we've managed to have our workshop. We thank everybody who has been present. We thank you, the EDEV team, for allowing us, for giving us the opportunity to express ourselves in this way. And we want to extend a thank you to to all the speakers and Mr. Joseph, who was our technical support. We want to say thank you very much. And a big congratulations to each one of you from SDG group, SDG number 6 team. You've made it, you've put through. Congratulations to each one of you. So that marks the end of our workshop. I want to wish each one of you a good night and have a blessed evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Pesham. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We should all have a wonderful day ahead or night rest, rather.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. What are you? Good afternoon.
So, Madam Fatima, you are the host. You can kindly end the meeting for us.